Hello, everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the old Football Manager 2018 live stream that we're about to do here today for Olympique Marseille. Now, obviously, I put out a poll for a lot of you guys recently saying that I will be doing a couple of new series or trying to focus on a few new games, and Football Manager was definitely at the top of that list. I mean, I play a lot of Football Manager in my spare time. It's not really something I've done too much with on YouTube. I've tried here and there to do a few series before, but so far not really stuck with anything. I think I did the Sassuolo or the Sassuolo or the Sassuolo, whatever you say it, however you say it, save last year during the summertime in Football Manager 2017, and I thought I'd try and get into it a little bit more because it is a bit more up my kind of alley now. It's a game that I feel like I'm proficient in, and I enjoy playing in my spare time, and I'm trying to explore new games that might be of interest to those on the channel. I'm just going to tweet this out very quickly. We are playing the old FM18 Olympique Marseille save as we play live. So yeah, I was kind of thinking like what team do I do? I think that's the big problem I find with Football Manager is finding an actual save that I want to do, I guess, because I'm never sure where to start. Like I'm not sure why it says Fortnite. It shouldn't say Fortnite. It should say Olympique Marseille, but in that preview, but there you go. Maybe it's... Did it save my settings? I would hope it did. Yeah, it says it there. I don't know why when I put it on Facebook it says Fortnite. Either way, yeah, Football Manager is just one of those games that the only thing that puts me off playing it sometimes is I never know what team to play as or what to do, I guess, because I think for a few reasons. It's because I want to challenge myself, but I want to actually have room in the market to kind of like move about. I want to explore other leagues, but then I'll play leagues where I don't really know the players and teams that well. Then it'll be like I might have played it already before, and I'm like, well, I can't keep doing this year after year, otherwise I get bored of it. So I thought, let's try a different league. French league was a good shout. Olympique Marseille, they're a decent enough team. They haven't got a huge wage budget, but they've got enough to kind of buy a few players. They've got a really solid team to start with. I thought it would have been a nice team for everyone to kind of get used to, I suppose. Everyone will know who the players are. Even the players that we bring in, people will recognize them. So I think from a viewing standpoint, it would be a good team to go with. The Dan says you should be Nice. I thought Nice would be a really good side. I thought it'd be a little bit over the top in terms of their ability compared to someone like Marseille, who have a strong team, but they're not, phenomenal. But Nice aren't doing that well in the league so far this year. So I thought Marseille might be a good shout. They don't have too much money around, but they've got a solid enough team that I wouldn't say you need to buy too much into it. So we'll jump into France. We will click Olympique Marseille, and we'll go to the advanced setup. It would have been nice being Marseille. Balotelli, Seri, as well as a whole host of nice players in that team. We don't really need to worry about too much about that, because we're probably not going to play in those leagues. Well, we'll see how this goes. Who knows? We might get sacked and we have to carry on, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. We'll wait for that to load up and start. This is going to be a little bit tedious, but it gives a chance for everyone to get into the stream and say hello. How are we all doing out there, boys? How are we enjoying our Saturday? Those of you not watching or might be watching on another screen, the Everton-Burnley game. Everton 1-0 up. St. Tossan has scored finally. How you doing, Carnage? It has been a while, my friend. Glad to see you in here. How are you doing? I do have to say, I'll say this very quickly. So I know a lot of people are kind of like, should you stream on YouTube? Should you stream on Twitch? I've said before I stream on YouTube. One, for the VOD purposes. It means that a VOD automatically gets put up onto the channel, which is great. Two is the fact that for me, Twitch is not really the place to be. I guess you could say I would be discovered more likely by new people on Twitch. But I'm more interested in getting the people I have on this channel, like, engaging and watching the streams a little bit more, kind of like upping the consistent numbers that come and watch the streams, rather than, you know, getting new people. So I guess that's kind of what I'm aiming to do by doing it on YouTube. I think if things go well on YouTube, I might think about pushing over to Twitch at some point again. I do have that Twitch channel, and I think as a user interface, it's probably a lot better. Hold on. I don't know why this says I'm 23. That's always bugged me. Favorite team, I don't really care. Preferred formation, I'm not really that bothered again. Should we just randomize the face? I like doing this sometimes. See what kind of faces we get. Look at him. It's like an albino. I'm just going to close my eyes and click random. And then we're going to go with whatever it lands on. Bang. Alright, that's what we're going with. Look at that. Look at this little ginger bit of stubble he's got going on here. And a bald head. Anyway. What managerial style should I go? I usually just put it on whatever the top one is and just play. But I don't know if you guys feel like I should make it a bit more challenging for myself. I could suggest badge on, in terms of Marseille. It only goes down a little bit. Probably the best thing to do, in fairness. How are you doing, Leonardo? From Australia. Come in to see a bit of the footy. Carnage is doing great. He's got a girlfriend and everything. Life is great. Well, I'm glad to hear that, my friend. Big props to you. We'll go with the suggested badges for Marseille. Realistic Sunday League and no badges. Jeez. That is quite the challenge, isn't it? But yeah, what I was also going to say is that you can do a lot of the things that you can do on Twitch. So if for some reason, like, you're a fan of these streams, or you're a fan of what I've done in the past, and you want to, like, contribute to the streams and keep these things going on a regular basis, you can put in, like, donations. So on the chat where the $sign is, you can send a super chat, which is basically like a donation. You know, depending on how much you put in, we'll send a donation. It also put your donation at the top of the chat for everyone to see, and your name will sit up there, depending on how much you put out. I think if you put in £1, you don't get your thing posted. £2, you don't get it posted. It's £5 apparently. You will get a public message for at least 2 minutes, and then the rest of them, obviously I'll read them out when I get them. But you can do that kind of donation stuff. And that's kind of it, is like posting a message that sits at the top of the chat. You can also subscribe in, well, it's called a sponsorship. So you become a sponsor. I forgot how to do this one. I think, how did you do this? I remember looking at it, just trying to see what it was like, because I know there was a thing that said you can do it. I'm sure it's somewhere on the channel, like, if you go on it, the actual channel. Maybe if I do it myself, it might show me where I can do something like that. Yeah, so there's sponsor, which will be in the bottom right. If you're on the YouTube gaming channel app, there'll be a sponsor button in green. You can sponsor the channel for £4.90. Is it £4 or is it $4? £4.99 a month. If I'm not saying you have to, I'm not saying you should do it, I'm just saying if for whatever reason you want to show your appreciation. I know people have done that before, and they've always asked me, how do I get involved in, you know, supporting what's going on. That is how you can do that. Right, so we've got a few guys going out on loan. No one so far that looks worth worrying about. Remy Cabell is a little bit like, should have probably kept him. I don't think we can recall. No, those are always good when you can recall people from loan, because they're obviously good. Right, we are pretty good in all areas as Marseille. We lack quality depth in goal, apparently. We lack quality depth at right back. I would also say we lack depth at striker. I had a very brief look through the team last night when I decided to go in Marseille. We've only really got one out-and-out striker. I guess you could say this guy's striker, but he's not really got huge bags of potential. We've got Ocampos, who again could do a job at striker. We got Gaman, who again could do a job at striker. But other than that, I wouldn't say they're phenomenal out-and-out strikers. We've only got Mitroglou, if that's how you say it. Very good technicals, it looks like. Pretty decent mentals. His physicals are okay, but he's very, very slow. So you're going to have to put the ball right to his feet or on his head. Otherwise, it doesn't look like he's going to do much. So I think that overall for the team, we're probably looking at getting ourselves a striker. I think, we don't have depth at right back. We have an okay right back. I would say that, is he Japanese? I need to get back the nationality flags because that bothers me slightly not having that. But there are some very big household names in here. Obviously, we have got Dimitri Payet, class player, 3.5-star potential and current ability at the moment. He's probably going to be the star of the show. You could say Maxim Lopez is a nice upcoming player that's looking around. We've got Luis Gustavo. Anyone who's played Ultimate Team should know who Luis Gustavo is. One that I know very well is Gregory Sertic. He's a decent little player. Someone who I found out through Ultimate Team. He's just a very good player to have on games of football nature, I guess. Got a nice prospect here, Kamara, who's actually pretty tasty. We'll hopefully try and develop him a little bit. Everyone should know who Adil Rami is as well. A very solid centre-back. And obviously Steve Mandanda in goal. I wouldn't say we have super lack of depth. I say this guy's pretty decent as a backup goalkeeper as well. So what I usually start to do when it comes to the tactics, he says it just a 4-2-3-1, which is probably the formation I would say is very suitable for this team. Which one is it? It's this one, right? So these are the two formations I tend to play with on this FM. I think they're very good. Wing play and crossing is very strong in this year's FM. We'll start with a 4-2-3-1, and we'll see how we go from there. So obviously I want to put Steve Mandanda in goal. Johan Pele goes at goalkeeper. Rami's coming into centre-back. I just kind of like rattle off quickly who I've got in the team and just kind of set myself up so I know exactly what I need to go out and buy. So like I've got one right back, so I probably should look into getting a few more. We've got Gregory Sertic, obviously Luis Gustavo we want in that midfield. Dimitri Payet, I'm wondering whether I play him on the left or do I play him in the centre. That is something I'll have to think about. But he's there. I would appreciate if I could see all the positions that they're playing in at the moment. So let's go through the centre-backs. We've got Kamara, who's probably going to be a backup centre-back for now. He's obviously got a long way to go. Abdenor, I think, was he on loan? No, I was thinking of someone else. He's apparently on loan to us at the moment. On loan from Valencia, which is nice. Rolando as well, which is also a pretty decent backup centre-back. Rochea, who doesn't look particularly very good at all. We have not got very nice left-backs, if I'm being honest with you. Jordan Amavi actually is probably our best left-back. Henry Badimo is second to that. We haven't really got much in the striking options, so we've got Mitroglou. Again, I'm not too sure if I want to keep him or not, or have him leading the line. I think, if anything, I want to invest in a striker. It's always exciting to invest in a proper striker. This guy can play... Well, he is kind of a striker. Probably, you would argue, maybe better than my current striker. I find, like, fast strikers are very, very good on Football Manager. He's got amazing mentals as well. Technicals, slightly less impressive, but his physicals, you would argue, are probably better. He's just not as strong. We could try and sell one of them on and see what we get out of it. Lucas Campos, who can play left. So, possibly worth putting him at left if we're going to do that. If you could do that for me, that would be great. Lucas Ocampos. Florian Falvin, who looks like a very impressive right winger. We got Sanson, who again has a lot of developing left to do. Yeah, just in general, midfield's looks like we've got a fair few midfielders. This guy can play pretty much bloody everywhere. Jesus, look at him. Goes wherever he wants. He's just not got... He can play right back, but he's not got very good stats for a right back, which is not really good at all. Gregory Sertic again. He's quite a versatile little player. He can play centre back. He can also play in the midfield in a few positions. I think that it might be worth going with Gregory for now. Who else we got? We got this guy who's a youngster. Not really that interested in him at this moment. I think probably better to go with Morgan Sanson actually instead of Gregory Sertic because he can play a more advanced role. Now, if we put him like ball-winning midfielder, we could put Dimitri Payet as an advanced playmaker. I love an inside forward, me. He's also an inside forward. I like having a winger usually. What's his crossing? 13 crossing. Ocampos is also 13 crossing, so we'll have to see how we deal with that one. Rami likes being a defensive midfield, defensive-oriented centre-back. And I might just... We'll put him as a stopper for now. And then I like usually leaving my fullbacks on automatic. We've got to go through the rest of the side and see what exactly we're working with. Maxime Lopez is another midfielder that I think that we'll try and get regular games just to try and develop him a little bit more. Bounassar, I really don't care much for him. He's not going to progress that much, and his stats are pretty horrible. We can try and put him up for a... Says he's valued at 4.1. I don't think we're going to get 4.1 for him considering his stats. Let's put 3.5 and see what comes in, if anything like that. Everyone's usually really stingy in the first window. Valerie Germain, or Germain. He can be our backup. I think we'll go with Mitroglou to start with. God, these names are going to trip me up. I'm already terrible at pronouncing the names. So he's transfer listed. We don't want him. Rochea at left back. He's not bad. He's not great though. I don't know if he's 19. We could send him to the reserves or the under 19s. He's not really getting much out of it. We've got Sertic as well, who's versatile enough. Got Hadu again, another player who's not really going to make any sort of impact in the team. And G is also, he's quite tidy. He's got something about him. He's very fast. He might be someone that we bring on in some cup games or games that aren't really that much of a deal. This guy's got potential to grow into. I'll keep hold of him for now. I really don't care for you though. You can go to the reserve side. And I think you as well can go to the reserves. I think we got a good little bit of squad depth. We could probably use with a... Well, we definitely need another right back because we don't currently have one. At least not in the starting lineup. I banished them at the moment. As far as ability goes, we got... He's on loan. Great. Another one on loan. Remy Cabella. Yeah, there's not really much to work with. We can see what the potential of some of these players are. What are we looking for? Scouting potential. See what we are rocking with. We've got a centre-back here who has 5-star potential. He's 15 years old. I don't think we can loan him out, can we? No, because he's too young. We have got some very tasty little players here, but they're unfortunately too young to be loaned out. So that's unfortunate. What have we got? Ressa. Yeah, it just looks like a lot of the people who are looking very good are 15 or 16, so and you're not allowed to loan them out, I think, until they're about 18. 17, 18, something like that. How old are you? You're 16. Yeah, not really much that you can do about that. By the way, guys, if I don't tend to put music on these streams for two reasons. One, because if it's going up on YouTube as a VOD, copyright strikes are obviously a big thing. But two, I feel like if you really want to listen to your own music, you are more than welcome to turn your own Spotify or your own music thing on in the background, listen to that over the top of this. It gives you that freedom, flexibility of putting your own music on. Maybe I'll look at getting some music, even if it's like non-copyrighted music, to play underneath. But I just feel like for people who are really into their music, you can play whatever music you want to under the top. I think a lot of people probably watch on mobile devices, so it might not be the best case. Right, I know this is all boring, and we could sort this out later on, but I think I usually forget about doing it later on, so it's probably best to get it done with now. Right, free kicks, obviously we got to put Dimitri Payet on them. I tend to just put the best free kick taker on all of them. Corners, looks like Payet again is probably the best guy to go to. We'll also put Sanson or Sanson on, as well as Ocampos as third choice for those. I think free kicks we'll put Sanson on as potential. Throw-ins I don't really care about. They just get on with it. Captain, leadership. Well, I guess we got to go with Mandanda. Apparently Payet is captain. Really? With his 8th leadership? Well, I don't think that's going to happen, quite frankly. It might really upset him, but there you go. And Rolando can go as backup. Then Louis, then whoever, etc., etc. For whatever reason. Anyway, moving on. Match plans, obstruction, opponent instructions I usually do as the game goes. Where are the set pieces? Right, corners. So corners are. I've never really had a problem with corners, if I'm honest with you. But what I've started to do, is it this way round? I think it's this way round. I've started I've had a few instances where I've conceded from like knock-ons at the near post that end up at the back post and they score, and it happens regularly, not super regularly, but regularly enough that it becomes annoying. So I've just kind of like stick the centre backs on these two corners. I don't really understand this little defensive formation. I don't really have much to offer in terms of amazing tactics for corners. I think I usually just stick people on wherever I can. Like, you're not doing anything out there. You can jump in there. And then we'll do the same here. All gravy, baby, on that front. Penalties. Who's got good... We haven't got the best penalty takers, have we? We'll stick you in there. Lopez. We'll go like that. Okay, for now. Right, so that's the boring things out of the way, I think. We'll just quickly save it in case, for whatever reason, FM decides to dial me. How you doing, Fish? Nice to see you in here. How you doing, Cynical Lawman? Thought you popped by as you were in the snow. Got you added on PSN if you fancy some Battlefront 2 or Overwatch. Good stuff, man. I actually bought, well, I didn't buy it, but I downloaded Fortnite on the PS4, so I might give that another go. I find it easier to play with a controller. I think, one, because people with a controller are not as good at Fortnite as compared to the PC, but also I think that I'm just a little bit better because I'm better at using a controller than I am a mouse and keyboard at that time. So Rob Holland will keep scouting. Why not? Keep scouting these guys. No, you're not good enough. Keep scouting. Dennis Appiah. Not bad, but well, agent could demand a high fee. We'll not bother then. Right, so one person I'm going to go straight in for is Vucinic. Well, I know he's good, so I don't need to really scout him, but we can offer him a contract because he is just generally a great striker, even at 33 years old. And he might only last us a season, but he's free, so I might as well go for it. So I think there are two positions we desperately need to look into. I think I was quite surprised at how well covered we are in the centre midfield spot. I think we've got the two who are going to pretty much start most games. We've also got Maxime Lopez, who can come in, nice youngster with already very good stats and a good bit of potential to grow into. We've also got Gregory Sertic, who's old, experienced, but physical's a little bit lacking, but overall technicals are great. So he'll sit in that midfield spot and hopefully do us a business when he does come on. Maybe if we need to shout out game, I'll bring him on because, yeah, again, very good defensive orientated player. Or if we go to a 4-1-4-1 1, 2, 3 like this, we can easily stick, you know, like Sertic in at this back part and give these two a little bit more license to go forward and do whatever the hell they want. So yeah, scouting. If you've got any scouting suggestions for players, please do drop them in the comments. I'm always up for listening to what you guys have got to say. We have got the world package, which is good. New search. So let's have a look at some of the strikers. From the few times I've started saves on this game, I don't remember too many people who are lurking about at these in this first transfer window that is particularly great, especially for the money that I have available. I think a lot of these guys are probably going to need money, and anyone in the Chinese league, you basically just want to avoid like the plague. He's on loan from the Chinese Super League. I don't know if we could get Danny Ings. We're going to have to go forward, I think, if we want to get some of these guys because of the holiday business. I didn't realise how old Dwight Gale is, you know. I thought he was like 20, 22. I didn't realise he's bloody 27. What is that about? We could maybe Matthias Destro. We'll give him a scout. He's someone who's actually... the first year of FM, he's really good, but he seems to drop off very, very quickly. Diego Roland, well, he's on loan from Bordeaux, funnily enough. Jonathan, we'll give him it's a little bit expensive for a championship kind of player. He's in the Chinese Super League. He's not bad. We'll give him a scout as well. We're looking about, we've got 8 million. Should we bring in Gary Hooper, that big legend, tearing up the French league? I've seen this guy before. He's supposed to be quite rapid and got very good finishing. We'll give him a little scout. Gignac is lurking about. Oh, he's very, very tasty. He's got some great stats. Look at him. The only problem is he's 31. How much time are we going to get out of him? Am I going to be wasting my money if I put it onto him? If we could even get him here. Miller Bolanos. We'll give him a scout as well. Jelly Vosson. I'm not sure what I guess we're kind of looking for someone who's a bit young, can grow into himself a bit. Preferably, I'd want someone French, just because it would make life a hell of a lot easier. Oh, he's quite young. We'll see what he's got nice stats for a youngster. We'll see if he's got any room to grow. I thought there was someone I saw a minute ago that I wanted. We've got Slimani on here. Yeah, he's on at Newcastle. Okay. There was someone I saw that I really wanted. I used this guy in my. I think he always gives me problems in Serie A saves. He's got very good stats, but when I brought him to Sassuolo, he was very hit and miss. He wouldn't score super often. It was only until the end of the season that he really started to bang in some goals. He was a bit inconsistent. I don't know if that was my fault or not. What's this? G-Man, did you want players straight for the first team or future? David Brooks at Sheffield United is a good prospect. I'm kind of thinking like I would want either. I don't know. If we get Vucinic, then I guess I can focus more on when it comes to spending money. I can focus on getting players who are more suited to the long term. Because then I've obviously got a striker who's very good at scoring goals. But, well, I would hope. There's a guy who I really wanted, but I can't remember where he is. Perhaps I need to go forward a bit. We could quickly look at some of the right backs as well. Let's see, right back. Any right back suggestions as well is obviously greatly appreciated. Let's have a look. Marking. Preferably want at least 12. Imagine a striker who could play right back as well. Janmat, he's 27's not too bad, but very expensive. Daniel Amati can play right back. I thought he was a midfielder. He's quite tasty, but I don't have the money for that. Kind of more looking towards this end of the spectrum. Sam Byram. I'd be surprised if West Ham wanted to get rid of him. David Santon. I can play left and right back. Let's give him a little scout. See what we're looking at there. Masiello. 31. Good stats for a 31-year-old, but not really what we're looking for. On loan from Watford. We'll give him a scout. Jesus Gamez. 30-year-old again. Good stats for a 30-year-old, but not really what we're looking for. Timothy Chandler. Very pacey. We'll have a scout of him. Why not? Ricardo Van Rijn. Give him a scout as well. I find the German league is really good to get some gems from, because you usually get some really well stats. Some players with really good stats for quite cheap. What's happening? De Ligt is worth it if you can get him. I don't think I will be able to. I didn't even show you what my transfer budget is. Oh, 5 million is not bad. I don't think he would go for that, would he, though? We've got like 8.9 in the bank. We've got a balance of 58 million. I feel like they should give me a bit more. Maybe if I make a board request. Let's see. Increased transfer budget. I believe... Oh, you suck. Perhaps we can go for the... We can ask for the... Okay, they've given me more... I can't make another request. They've given me at least 100% of the transfer budget. If you can get Mounier, saves I've done, he always turns good, but I've never signed him. Munir. Which one? You say Newton. This geezer. How long has he been streaming? I've been streaming for about 30 minutes. I guess I don't know if we'll get into actually any games today. I've got to disappear at about 3ish, because we're going to see a potential dog breeder for the dog that we want to get at some point. Right, back to what I was doing, which was scouting players. See, I feel under pressure because I don't want to sit here and like go through each single person, you know, and it be really boring. I want to like keep this flowing, so I'm probably being a little bit more liberal with who I'm looking at. There's some okay players here. He's quite old, but very good physicals actually for an oldie. I'm being a bit more liberal with like who I'm looking at. Just to keep this flowing. I don't want you to sit there and go, oh my god, he's going through every single player. Which I could do. Perhaps I should have started after I've made a few discuss with Payet. God, he's going to... These are all not... I just think there was a better option available for the role. Oh, shut up. Shut up, Payet. What's Rami saying? I don't want Payet as the... Okay, so this guy has got a few offers. I don't think he's that good, though. I'm not contributing to his wages, either. I will not contribute anything. Why would I... I don't understand why I would do that. I don't want him. Why would I then help to pay to get rid of him? Which is why you do one of these. You give them one. And you lock it in. Hopefully we can get rid of him then. There you go. 2.6. We'll accept... What's he in? Oh. Yeah, German League. We'll accept that. Sure. You can go to the German League. Don't want him coming back and hitting me with a goal. Wow. I forget how little Vucinic wants. And he's such a good guy. 1 year extension if you played 10 games. Reduce these slightly. What are you saying? What a promising start. Well, okay. What if we reduce those very slightly? How about that? Yeah, he's liking it. See if we can get a work permit, because sometimes it's very difficult to get him a work permit. The young one who was at Barca, think he could be at Valencia now. That may not be the way to spell it. Payet, boss, you don't look at me the way you used to. It's just like, mate, you haven't got the stats to be captain. I want someone influential. They always get in such a, their knickers in such a twist. What's this? No. Reject. I've got someone who's given me a fair estimation of this guy, so I'm quite happy. We'll just fast forward a little bit. Well, with that money, we'll at least have like 10 mil to spend, which is nice. Every little helps, as they say. Keep scouting. Cochran. Not that great, to be honest. We'll discard him. David Ospina. Again, he'd be way too expensive to bring into the side. What's our schedule looking like, actually? We got no European football. That's depressing. Right, we'll go back. Let's have a look at our assignments for players. Who did we say to look at? This guy, Daniel. I don't know his name. He's very, very quick, actually. Wouldn't cost too much. 26 years old. He is German, so we'd need to learn the language. Target man. He can only play as a target man, which is depressing. Not really going to develop that well. I mean, I'll keep my eye on him. He looks like he could be okay once he's fully scouted. Gignac. Do we go for a Gignac? He's a beast. He knows the league. He knows the language. Santon's okay. Hello. You alright?
Hi, people.
Susie says hi to everyone. Yeah, Vucinic is just a beast. We want him. Tesco run out of bread and milk, but they've left midfielder for 9.5 million. They might well have done, mate. Adama Traore. See, I don't need another midfielder. He's not super impressive that I would want to drop money on him. Sheeb. What's he looking like? He does have 5-star potential. They don't want to sell. That's our house.
Not yet.
Do we go Gignac? Do you reckon I could get... I doubt it, but do you reckon? No, 20 mil. Not happening, I'm afraid. I really do want to... I want a striker I can rely on, because I'm not even sure we could get Vucinic. He always seems to have these horrible problems with work permits, which just... Oh, it's so irritating. This guy's pretty decent. We'll give him a scout as well. Munas de Boer. Again, pretty well-rounded stats. I like seeing a field of green.
Why is it turning on?
Oh, because they're probably turned off. You just got to turn them on. This guy is not great. There's a Japanese guy that I've seen before. I can't remember his name.
Are you gonna change your? Are you gonna change your password to
No.
Why? Why would you not? What's wrong with him?
Roger. He's not bad either. Yeah, guys, any suggestions in the chat? Please do let me know who you think we should be dropping into. I don't think there's a huge amount of choice at the moment. Should we bring Asamoah Gyan? The big boy. I can't remember. Who is it? Is it 50? Does he have more than that or less? Maybe it's less. There's definitely a Japanese striker who I've seen before who's actually really good. Or looks really good. Nationality. Where am I looking? Asia. Japanese. There he is. Is that him? Takashi Usami. On loan from Augsburg. He looks very... I'm going to have to give him a good scouting, but... I think it's him. Yeah. It is nice. We could look at all... strikers. Well, as nice as I'm sure Okazaki is, not really. No, it's this guy, Muto. This is the guy. That's the guy I want. Not him. He's not bad either. Yeah, Yoshinori Muto. Very nice little player. And I think he does have room to grow. We'll see how that one develops out. Anyway, we'll fast forward a little bit because I don't need that much in terms of players. So I think we can afford to go forward and wait for our scouts to catch up a bit. The only problem is, well, we should have probably added some of these players to our shortlist just so we... let's do that now, actually. Let's add some of these players to our shortlist because then we can check if they get... well, if someone tries to go in with an offer for them, we'll go 3 months for you. I don't really care that much about you. He's not bad, actually. How much would he cost? Valued at 5. He's got very... Actually, he's not bad, this guy. Amali Torre. And he is a right back. He can play a bit of left back as well. Perhaps we need to try and bring that boy in. Who's this guy? He's not bad either. We'll add to the shortlist. Miller Bolanos. 6 cons. Well, scratch that. Cancel assignment. David Santon. He's okay. He's not really going to develop much, it looks like. Dimitri. I think again, not... Well, he could develop a little bit. I'm always wary about buying people with the potential to get to 4-star ability, just because they rarely ever do. They end up just sitting at 3-star or 3.5. This guy's not bad looking. It looks like he could develop, but his agent would want a lot of money. That's the only problem. Those damn agents. Delit. How much would you get for him? He's valued at 5 million. I don't know if we'd be able to buy him though. Paloshi. No, not good enough. You're the guy. Oh no, you're not that guy. I don't really care that much for you. Takashi, we'll put him. He's got 4 cons apparently. Okay, he's not good enough. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Timothy Chandler, not what we want. We wanted... Did I just get rid of the assignment for the other guy? I don't think I did I? No, Yoshinori Muto. 7.25. If we could get him for that, that's not bad. For someone who is 4.5 star potential. He's got good physicals, pretty decent mentals. Good technicals. I think he could be someone to look at. I definitely want to keep my eye on him as we go through. Munas de Boer. He's not bad either. I'm just like, if I'm going to buy someone, I've got to make sure there's some really big redeeming quality. That FM light skin is killing my eyes. Is it? I don't know if I can change it. It's actually hurting my eyes a little bit now that you mention it. Interface. Can we change the colour? Usually just goes with whatever colour the thing is. I like red. Or even a dark blue would be fine. If you could tell me how I change it, maybe I can Google it. Change. Okay, I don't want to change the skin color of a player. I want to know. Change the interface color on FM18. If you guys know how to change it, then I will happily change it. No, I can't seem to figure out how to do that. Let me know if you can look it up for me. That'd be great. No, reject. It is quite bright. I do agree. We'll get that reduced. Everyone keeps putting in bids for this guy, but they keep trying to get me. Oh, hello. Playing for it. He does have a work permit, right? I'm not gonna buy him without. Player maybe injury prone. How injury prone are we talking? He's had one injury in 2006. Sure, it was a major one, but he's coming in. Vucinic is the boy. There we go. Vucinic is here. 5 pros, 3 cons. He doesn't know. He's a 2.5 star striker. Are you kidding me? You sold me a lemon. Oh well. He's a freebie anyway. Buna Sar's off, which is fine. Right, I thought Vucinic, it must be, well, I suppose 2.5 star, that's in comparison to the rest of the squad, but he'll do. He'll do for a backup. That's actually a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest. I thought he'd be a lot better than that, but oh well. Anyway, I suppose in relation to the team I have, he's not actually super amazing. But at least he's there. He's back up. Martin Skirtle. I don't really want Skirtle. Jonathan Gonzalez, I suppose we'll scout him. Acknowledge. Keep scouting. Hervin on gender. Not very good finishing for my liking. It's a bit late for that scout report now. Diego Roland. He's going to be far too expensive for my liking. Gink Zek. I haven't done the full scout report yet. He would be a good signing. I guess we'll keep scouting him, see how we get. I think Gignac is a solid signing. I don't really want him. David Santon. Dimitri Falkir. As a right back, he's okay. He can play left back as well, which is nice. Keep scouting him for now. Timothy Chandler looks like he could be a decent pick, although he's a little bit older. Ricardo Van Rijn. Keep scouting. Robert Bohr. He's looking like a bit of a business, isn't he, Mr. Bohr? How much would they want for him? See if we offer 4 mil. 5.5's not bad. 20% of the next profit. Perhaps we can go a bit lower. They always do that. What if we go 4.5? They're accepting at 4.5. Even if we agree terms. We'll see what his terms are, but okay, we're not going to bother with that. We'll see what his terms are, because if he does have a lot of potential to grow into, he's also 22, which is great. But it also means that we can delay the acceptance until we actually find out what his full details are. That's not bad at all. I think it's probably because he's still very young. Can we get him for 4 years? Yearly wage rise. Reduce that. That's not that bad. You said he would. I thought it'd be more than that. Promising start. Can we get another year out of you, mate? Perhaps if we lower these one more time, see what you do, and then reduce that. We're close to reaching a quick conclusion. I'll give you all that, but I want that. Okay. We've got an extra year out of him, and we've reduced the yearly wage rise. We'll see how he gets on. See if we can scout him a little bit longer. So I'll happily delay the actual signing just to see what we can get out of him. Oh, God, that was quick. I haven't even fully scouted him. He's 3-star, apparently. We'll delay it for now. I think that's pretty good business for a right back. Very good physicals. Oh, he's not. His acceleration's not super quick, but he is a very well-rounded player, regardless. Tackling, marking are very good for a right back. Heading's a little bit below par. Passing's decent. Mentals are okay. Determination's great, which is good, because it means he will more likely grow into his potential. He can play in quite a few positions as well, which is nice. So he's always going to get games. He's only 60% scouted. Let's delay this because I want to see. At least we've got it there. The choice is there. But we will delay it. They want Mr. Anguissa on loan. Now, if you would kindly pay for all of his wages, that would be. I'm happy for you to do that. He's actually. He's not actually that bad. 2.5 star. But I've got a lot of midfielders who are better. Alright, we'll take 90%. You can go for 90%. What do you reckon on the German right back? Robert. Is it Robert Bohr? Robert Bauer, or however you say it. What do you think about that? Do you think it's going to be good business? Should we wait and see how the scout goes on? I think it'd be a good moment. Is Pyatt still sulking? He looks like he's kind of I made a promise. Ensure the player is sold. Why would you want to leave? Because you're not. I'm very positive. Champions Cup. That's exactly the reaction I was looking for. Why would you want to leave just because you're not captain? He's off. We'll send him on loan. That's fine with me. Perhaps we can actually, while we're here, send a few more people on loan. I'm a little bit gutted by the Vucinic thing. I thought he would have been a higher high current ability, but I think his stats are okay. When you need that last-ditch striker, even though I've got a last-ditch striker already, keep scouting Mr. De Boer. Roger is not quite up to scratch for my liking. Yoshinori Muto, estimated at 7.25 to 14. He's 24. Very good technicals. Nice mentals. Good physicals, apart from strength. What do we reckon about Muto? Or Muto? Muto? Muto. I think Gignac is probably... He's a quality striker, isn't he, Gignac? He's got it. He's proven it. Fitness is not great. But I could live with that. We'll see how we get on. I think Gignac could be a good one to go for. He is old, admittedly. I think it depends on how much we're going to try and get out of this this save, how many seasons, if we're trying to push long term. Because I think that's kind of... You set your kind of game plan up for that. If you're going to try and go all out and just see how you do in one season, you might as well go for it, but... Shane Long's up there. Should we bring in Shane Long? Shane Long, baby. Shane Long, 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 long. Tearing up the French league. His strength is only 10, apparently. Are they mad? You should go for Marega. Horrendous stats, but just came off a 40-goal season in my save. Why would I get him if he's got horrendous stats then? 40 goals. We'll scout him just for you, Dog Tank Gaming. We'll see how he gets on. Oh, there's a few. Who's this? Adil Rami could... Yeah, that's a good one. We'll get Kamara to get tutored by Rami. Actually, I should also do the training stuff. Can't do that one for some reason. Who's this guy? No, not worth it. Squad. Squad. Reserves. Who in here can we send out on loan? How do I find the... I want the age. General age. There we go. Where did the age go? These columns are so annoying, you know. So fiddly and annoying to deal with. I just want to see like people's age and stuff. I can't see it, which is really irritating. Where is it? Got to scroll over. There we go. Right.
Hey,
Hi.
can I ask a quick question?
What?
How much of the money in the joint account is yours?
9.5.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're 100% sure? Have you been tracking it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just checking. Because I know there was that Christmas money. I didn't know if that had been...
I've put that in a separate.
Can I look?
Yeah.
Is it in your notes?
Yeah. There's a couple guys we can just trying to loan out. Anyone who's got some potential who could be loaned out, we'll send them on their way. This guy Fontana can go for a cheeky loan. Get out of there, big boy. Couple other ones. Anyone? I tend to go for maybe 3-star, but usually I'm looking like 3.5-star and upwards. If they've got that kind of potential, I'll tend to send them out on loan. If I can do. Got Bunasar. He's going. Or he should have gone already. Unless the window's not open yet. No offers for 5 players. Well, that's disappointing. What was I going to do? It's training. Let's do the team training quickly. Ask the assistant set the things for them. He can work on his quickness. Cool. They're all set. I don't want to spend too much time on that stuff. As I said, we want to do the interesting things. Right. They're asking me to bring in some new backroom staff. Have we not got enough backroom staff? Is that what we're being told here? We don't have enough coaches for Marseille. As a coach, he's okay. Goalkeeping coach, fitness coach. Or what kind of coaches do we need? That's the question. Let's go to staff. Our coaching staff is, we've got me, assistant manager, head of youth development, goalkeeping coach, fitness coach, and a regular coach. Who are all pretty decent as they are. I don't really like any of those suggestions you give me. Head of youth development's not great, but what else? Scouts to see. These are pretty poor. Pretty poor offers. Okay, if we're gonna further his development, we might as well. Sebastian, improve the quality of coaching. Which I can agree with, to be fair, because the youth development coach was not particularly great, was he? Woo! We're getting there, we're getting through it. We'll find someone. We'll buy someone eventually. Don't offer new contracts. This guy, he's got a lot of potential. I don't think it will lead to anything. How are we getting on in our shortlisted players? Yeah, I think Muto or Mewtwo, like he's a Pokemon. Yeah, we don't want Destro actually. Removed from the shortlist. Diego Roland's okay. Expensive though. We're not going to be able to afford him. Alfred is again not bad. Doesn't really have actually much to grow into though. I think Gignac is probably the way to go. This guy's okay. Has a little bit of growth, but he can't play in... Oh, he can't play in other roles as a striker. I think Gignac is probably our best bet, if I'm honest. If we can get him for 5 mil, that's great. Almami Toure is also someone... See, I was going to go... They don't want to sell him, which means they probably... Let's see if we can get him for 5. Would they sell? No, 70. I thought that might be the case. Vucinic. I thought we had more of it, more players that we were looking at. Musa Barrega. This is the guy you suggested. He's not bad. Not particularly great, however. We have to say that. Timothy Chandler. 17 long throws. Love that.
We gotta go soon.
Okay.
We'll leave here at 3, yeah?
Yeah.
So, half an hour more.
Robert Bohr. How are we getting on with the scout? 77% scouted. Do I just go for it? It's not a bad price. He's got room to grow. Not a bad price at all. Stop moving my hand. Very good physicals. And he's obviously got that room to grow. We'll delay it a little bit longer. See how we see how that goes. Finances. Is there no way we can get a bit more money in here? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get Muto. However you say his name. This guy, is this guy I was looking at before? He's not bad. Fabian Balbuena. Rodriguinho? Rodriguino? I don't know his name. Anyway. Until fit. We'll do that. Get forward, get forward, get forward. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. How's everyone doing anyway today? Interested how everyone's weekend's going or what you got planned. Might not be too much considering. Oh, Burnley pulled it round. Might not be too much considering the weather at the moment. I'm a little bit upset that my football match has been cancelled yesterday because of the weather, but that will be how that goes. Yeah, we'll do that. Get rid of that youth development man because he's just not very. He is not even close to being good. Confirm. Right. I think we're probably gonna have to go with Gignac if I'm honest with you, but we'll see. How much do they want for him? Could we get could we go low? 13 is not super bad. Could we be a bit cheeky? We're still being cheeky. Could we go 10? Would you be happy with 10? You want a little bit more? Can we go 10.5? They're being whiny. I don't have 11 million. That's the only thing. Well, if I didn't pick up the right back, we would have enough. He's a very good player. He'd be a great signing long term. It depends how many seasons we're going to get out of this save. Do we go Gignac? How much would they want for Gignac? Andre Gignac. Transfers, make an offer. What would you take? They want 10 mil. Let's not be cheeky here. I'm the cheeky one. What about 6.5? Would you take 6.5? No, they want a little bit more. What about 7? You got to meet me halfway here, boys. What about 7.5? They've declined to give a response. 8 million, I think, is fair. Get fit. All of you need to get fit. Mains have signed Saar. We signed Vucinic. What a terrible signing that was. I thought it'd be so much better. Oh well. This guy. Oh, he's not bad. I'll hold off on offering him a contract. Yeah. Not too much excitingness going off in this this stream, just because we're getting through the old pre-season rubbish of trying to find players with very little money, I guess. I mean, if we could get Gignac for 8 mil, that'd be good. I'm quite happy with that. He is quite old, but no. Perhaps if we got rid of the striker we have already? I just don't believe in him. Great, they're all getting injured. Do we get rid of that striker guy? What's his face? Mitroglou. He's okay, but he's not. What if we sold him? How much could we get rid of him? What if we sold him for like 7 mil? We'll go 7 mil, see what happens. Could we get rid of him? Or is he going to moan that he's no offers? Okay. No one wants him as much as I do. What about 6? Could we get 6 for him? I'd be quite happy to get rid of him for 6. No offers. Oh, for God's sake. Let's ask him to speak to clubs. 5 million? We'll take anything for him. I'd rather have Gignac, who I can't technically afford at this point in time. Long-term aims for the club. Challenge for the League One title. Will appoint player as vice-captain. He's happy with that. Apparently Lazio are interested in as well. God loves you humbly. Seek him. Thank you, Mr. Wisdoman. Gignac. Oh my lord. He wants a lot of money. You're not even on that much there. Okay, if we win the French Cup, you can have as much as you want, to be honest. And if you're banging in those goals, you can have all the money you want. What about that? I actually can't offer you these. I can't offer you these things. Gignac, no! Don't do this to me. I can't afford you, Gignac. Why don't you love me? Gignac, you big, smelly poo head. I want Kamara on loan. Boubacar Kamara. Is it bad to send him on loan? He's not going to play. Set that because they're going to pay all his wages. Go for it. God damn it. Alright, how you doing, Kai Pal? Nice to have you in here, my friend. We're just having a woeful time of trying to sign people. Have we got Robert Bauer back? Is he the real deal? Is he worth the signing? Let's see, Robert Bauer. Where are you? Robert Bauer. Why? It said 77% scouted before. Why does it now say 67? He's 3-star current ability. He has 5-star potential, maybe. Well, he's definitely guaranteed 3.5-star potential. He could get to 5-star. Do you guys want me to do the friendlies, by the way? I appreciate if you typed in the chat whether you want me to show the friendlies or not. Usually I don't tend to, or if I like put them on in key highlights maybe, because I play on comprehensive highlights usually. Should we go for Robert Bauer? We need a right back. We need at least a backup right back. That's for sure. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? He's 3-star. With a potential of 3.5. Okay, well, that was not quite as lucrative as I thought it would be, but if they were quicker with the scouting, I might have been able to get past it. I mean, that's not too bad. For 5 mil, I think that's alright for a 22-year-old. It could have been better, admittedly, but I don't think that's a terrible signing. Send on a language course, send him on the camp. I don't think that's that bad at all. I think that's okay. For 5 mil in this market with a 22-year-old, yeah, he might not know the language. Personally, I would have liked to maybe scout him a little bit further, but... How is he compared to Sakai? Comparison. Where is he? Robert Bauer. Right. So Sakai has a lot more technical abilities going forward. Bohr has much better technicals in defending department, which is probably most important. He's got decent mentals. I think Sakai just has better ones because of his age. And his physicals, it's pretty even across the board. I think, if I'm honest, I would probably start with Bohr just for the pure sake of... Although, Sakai's quite quick, isn't he? Even for his old age. I'm going to start with Bohr just because I've bought him and he's 22 years old. So we might as well get the most out of him. The number is the scout's recommendation, also no friendlies. You don't want to see friendlies. Even if we put them on key highlights. Just for you guys to watch something. We've got a right back now. We've committed to that. We needed a right back. We got a right back. We have got another striker. We've got some strikers. I just want someone who's got a little bit of pace. I like to have a few options. I need someone who's a bit pacey up front. We have got the, what's his face? I've forgotten what his name is. But we have got someone with a little bit of pace. In backup. Not super quick, though. Where are we? What am I looking for? The tactics. Who is he? He was this guy, Gamain. I'm actually really impressed. Every time I look at his stats, I'm actually a bit more impressed by him. His mentals are absolutely insane. His physicals, especially in the running department, much better than Mitroglou. He's just strong as hell. His heading's obviously insane. His finishing's very good. It's a hard one. His work rate's also a lot better. His vision, his teamwork is a lot better, which I think I might actually... I think I'm going to start with Gamain, you know. I think that's probably far more worth doing. I really want to get rid of Mitroglou now. Can we get him? I'll happily sell him for 4 because then we can bring in someone else with the money we've got. 7 mil. We get a couple mil off of him. I mean, Vucinic was not exactly what I was expecting, but for a backup striker, if we could get another striker, he could be the backup to the backup striker, which is fine. He doesn't cost me much. Whereas Mitroglou, I imagine, is probably going to be racking up a huge bill. Hello, Goggle. How you doing, buddy? What happened with the boys? What do you mean, what happened with the boys? You mean, like, Sam and Josh and all them? And what do you mean, what happened with them? Just what are they doing, or... See, he's earning 68k, and I don't want him. Could we send him out on loan, maybe? But I want someone to pay for all his wages. You don't have to pay a fee, just take his wages. I really don't want him. Oh my god, I'm literally doing everything. First team. Manage friendly matches. I am on the friendly match. I think what we'll do is we'll do a friendly game because I'm not going to be here for much longer and I think we need to do something. Sanson's still injured, which I'm fine with. We could bring on Lopez. Clinton Njij. He's alright. He has got some room to... perhaps if we got rid of him, like, I know he's got a little bit of room to grow, but I can't start him in this team. He's not good enough to start in this team, so he's not going to get played. Perhaps maybe if we got 10 mil from him, I'd be quite happy with that. Let's do it. We'll sell him. We'll see what we can get for him. Who knows? You never know. If we can get 10 mil, I'm happy. I'd be happy with that. All right, Sanson can't play. He can sit on the bench anyway. How many subs do we get in friendlies? I don't even know. We'll just risk it. Team instructions. Now I'm going to go with work the ball into the box. These are the instructions I have been playing with on Football Manager this year, so I'm going to stick with them so far and see how we get on. Let me know what count. Oh, that's quite loud in my ear. I don't know if that's loud in your ear. It's not even coming through onto the OBS apparently. Turn that right down for me. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is that Wellerton? It is Wellerton. Show me what you've got. Defense. I'm expecting to see a solid display. Solid display. Solid display. Set the opponent instructions. What's Wellerton doing? That cheeky boy. How's good tea? Not good. Okay. Set the opposition instructions. Right, so for a 4-2-3-1, I'm usually always closing down the attacking midfielders. We're not going to mark the centre midfielder. Put him on his weaker foot for the fullbacks. Avoid those crosses where we can, and let's go. Kick off. Right, so it's on key highlights. I usually put it a little bit faster. Do you guys want me to... Oh, God. Dodgy mouse. Do you want me to put it on director like this? Or usually I'm playing on 2D Classic. I don't know what would be... oh, this is data analyst, sorry. Usually I play on 2D Classic. For God's sake, my middle mouse button on my mouse is broken. And sometimes when you click it in, it thinks it's asking for an action, or when you're trying to scroll it, which is not helpful. I usually play on 2D Classic, so if you guys have a particular preference for has that been offside? Oh, it's offside. If you have a preference on what camera angle, 2D Classic all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to go with director, I'm happy to go with data analyst. I'm happy to go with whatever you guys want. I just find it easier to kind of like understand what's happening in the match by 2D Classic. This is not good. We had a highlight and they're going up the other end and probably going to score from it. Gameplay seems a bit slow. We'll go slightly faster. Oh, God. Oh, man, Danda with the big save. Go on, lad. Come on, Marseille. Let's score. We had a goal disallowed. Let's capitalise on that, please. Yeah, I don't like playing. What kind of highlights does everyone like playing in? Or I personally don't like key highlights just because I can't tell what's going on in the game. There's only so much you can read from stats. I just don't like... We are so unfit. Jesus, look at our conditioning. I don't like not being able to see what's happening in the game, because if you can see what's happening in the game, you can get a feel for how the other team's playing. Right, we're going to have to switch things up, aren't we? We need more spirit and fight out there. Switch up the tactics. Everyone is so tired. Pyatt is like gasping for air. We'll go a bit more defensive. We'll bring on Gregory. And he can... we'll put Gustavo as a box-to-box. Put you in more attacking. Or Campos is having a terrible game. We'll go you attacking. Put you as a winger. I think that is... Okay, how many subs can you make in friendlies? Is it 5? Don't know if Football Manager agreed to that kind of stuff. Play. They brought on Vincent Janssen To be fair, there's a signing I'd like to actually make. Vincent Janssen. How much is he worth? Could you get him? 20 mil. No, thank you. Unlimited. You just like let the whole game play out. Yeah, I usually play a comprehensive just because it gives you a bit more of what's going on in the actual game to get a feel for how to set up your game if you're playing the incorrect formation or tactics, or if you need to watch out for certain players, I guess. We're really not having the best times. We were on top of them for a lot of the first half. And they've been playing very dominant so far. Everyone's chasing the ball down as well. Okay. Well, in that case, I think we probably should go counter. And we'll look for an overlap. I'm just kind of hitting and hoping with some of these tactics at the moment, just to see if we can get something from them. They've made 2 substitutions. Brought on a left back and a midfielder. They've sat those midfielders quite deep as well. We'll bring on Sakai because he's very tired. Rami's very tired as well, so we'll bring on Kamara, get him some game time. Can we make more changes? Oh, we can. Falvin, we don't really have a huge number of players out there. He's a winger. Oh, Campos inside forward. Giving everyone a go. Probably have to bring off this man as well. Do we have anyone we could put there? Vucinic won't play centre mid, will he? He can play centre attacking mid, apparently. We'll do that then. Trying to think what I should do here. Screw it, we'll go with that. Bring everyone on at the same time. Go for it. I don't think we're going to get much out of this game. If there's a goal in it, it's going to be the one singular goal, and it looks like Fenerbahce are going to be the ones to get it. Oh, the big punt up front. Gamain! Gamain! Oh, he's chipped the keeper, and it's gone over. Gamain. 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. I'm begging of you, please don't chip the keeper and miss the goal. Alright, that'll be it. That was a really unexciting game, if I'm being honest with you. But there you go. 0-0 against Fenerbahce. It seemed like a fairly decent game. Much improvements needed. We'll settle for that. Okay, cool. I don't know if we got any offers for. What is it? Can we actually afford to get rid of Kamara? Wow, look at his stats skyrocketing. I might keep him, you know. We have got. He's not bad. I don't want him to go to League 2 and just not not really improve. Oh, we'll send him there. He's not going to play. Hello. 5 minutes. Okay, I'm wrapping up. He's gone out on loan. Can we get rid of someone quickly? Just to give us a bit more money. Who are we playing now? I don't know who this team is. We'll work on our attacking movement because it was dreadful last game. Backroom team advice summary. That's fine. Vucinic is injured. Lovely. I don't think anyone wants the guy who I offered up, do they? I mean, that would be quite a good deal, to be fair. He's still got a lot of room to grow into. 10 mil's not... Well, I don't think it's too bad, but the game clearly differs in my opinion. We'll see what 7 mil does. I'd like to sell him on, just because I know I'm not going to play him. No offers. Right, okay, well that's unfortunate. would you like to go? Doesn't sound like he wants to go. I need a striker, boys. I need a striker who I can rely on. Here, we're just fast forwarding now. Alright, well, I think we'll probably wrap it up there and call it a day for this first session of a stream. Euro Cup third qualifying draw. So I'm assuming this means we're in, yeah, we've got to qualify. So we're playing Chirac Or, who are Armenian, is an Armenian team that we've got to play. Okay. So we've got that to look forward to. How far away is that game? That's a couple weeks away before we've got to play that game. But either way, yeah, we'll call it a day there as far as what we've done. I appreciate that it wasn't a super exciting first stream. It was, you know, scouting a lot of players and not really making too many signings. We made a right back signing in Robert Bohr, who I think for the money that we spent at this point in time, a pretty decent signing. 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. I would say defensively a very good player. Mentals aren't amazing, but again, that can obviously improve with time. His physicals are... Actually, I've only just noticed his agility's not great, but he's not bad, I think, for 5 mil. We needed another right back. He's sitting in there. He's as good as our current right back, I would say, overall. He's also quite versatile at the same time, so he's got room to improve. 22 years of age. I'm not too disappointed by that. And we also signed Mr. Mirko Vucinic, who I always try to get, and he never ever comes to me, but I finally got him. And the stats were a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest. We could try starting him up front. I don't know how much we're going to get out of him, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. He's a proven goal scorer. He's a very solid player to have in the squad, at least, when we should need him. He's also a pretty decent centre attacking mid, apparently. Not too slow either. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I will see you for the next one, when that ever shall be. Maybe tomorrow. I might stream something a little bit different tomorrow. We'll have to see how that goes. And I'll see you then. Peace out.